Today, folks, we're at the intersection of where the railway used to cross the main road here in Foxtrap. This was always a very busy place, especially when the train passed by. And you could see off in the distance the rail bed continuing on. It's now a trailway. It's pretty much right across the island. But this is where it used to cross the road. You'd cross two roads actually, Greeleytown Road coming down here and the main road as well. So it did cross over two roads. And this is a very busy intersection, of course, when the railway was operating. Goes right back, very historic place, goes right back to the Battle of Foxtrap, as it was called back in those days, where some local residents protested against the railway. Some viewed it as a scam and didn't want anything to do with it. And certainly it ended up costing over the years millions and millions of dollars. And apparently the only time that it did make money was during the war years. It was used for transport and supplies. So failing interest apparently right from the start, where millions and millions of dollars got sunk into it. People that opposed it at the time were labelled by the local newspapers, the social media of their era, back in 1880, as being backwards and ignorant and so on, and uneducated and yada yada. But these people out here were hard-working people whose families worked very difficult, hard labour to clear the land and eke out a living from it, growing some vegetables and growing some livestock and so on, which ironically fed the people in St. John's. But the St. John's newspapers were labelled the Foxtrappers and their little protest as a battle. Certainly nobody got killed, although there was one man arrested. Judge Daniel Price was involved, and a team of constables and so on. It was basically mostly women that were armed with farming implements, apparently, but they drove the engineers out of it. It went on for a few days in 1 year. It didn't last, it persisted a few more adventures after, another couple of years afterwards. But the people of Foxtrap objected to anybody coming in and land grabbing and taxation. And of course this was reflected almost a century later too, when Foxtrap voted to stay out of the municipal council. So the people of Foxtrap have been one of the first people here certainly, and long been a proud independent people. Didn't really want any outside influence coming in and telling them what to do. But in any event, here we are, roughly at around the same place. It was maybe a little bit just to the east of me here, where that blue building is at, roundabouts. Because some called it the Battle of Foxtrap Bridge, and the Foxtrap Bridge would be just right there. So it was just about this area where the Battle of Foxtrap did take place, although it was no battle at all. It was labelled that satirically by the social media at the time, to poke fun at the locals for resisting progress and development. However, our progress and development is nowhere to be seen on the railway end of it today. So it was a big scheme of taxation and millions of dollars. At one point in time, they sold it for $1, then turned around and bought it back for $2.5 million. So it's been the people of Foxtrap, even though as ignorant and uneducated as they were absolutely right. They seen it as a scam right from the start. So there you have it, folks. Here we are, the Battle of Foxtrap. It was here, 1880, late July. It went on for a couple of days, and like I say, Judge Daniel Price got involved, and a few constables from St. John's and arrested somebody, and yeah, it was a big shabazzle. Protest, nicknamed the battle. Really, there was no battle. Nobody got injured or hurt, really. You know, nobody got killed. So the battle was a satirical term, just meant to poke fun and make one side look, we'll say, more ignorant or uninformed or lesser than the other side. There was a crowd of people for the railway, and there was a crowd of people against it at the time. And it was all politics involved as well. One political party was pushing for it, another political party was against it. And certainly residents of here ancestors who worked hard to clear their bit of land, to scratch a living out of it, to feed the people in St. John's, they didn't take too kindly of outside influences coming in and land grabbing taxation. So that's what it's all been about right from the start. It's still going on to this very day, certainly. But it's progress, I guess. Thank you for watching, guys. You see All Saints Church are still standing in the background. That remains unchanged. There's one thing that is a constant here in Foxtrap. Thank you very much for watching.